everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of season 2 of the Argent Airways podcast. I'm Redcleaver, and joining me today is Ela.
Hello, it's Ela Lightris, your local elf and now pregnant elf.
Okay, and here's Vivian.
Hello, Vivian Skybreaker here, also known as Granny Viv. And Vivian has some Dark Moon horses on her petting zoo, and she stole them.
Sweet innocent Vivian. Wow, is a horse thief. Who would have known?
Grand theft something.
Grand theft horse. And of course we have Xuyagu.
Hermons. I'm Xuyagu, a green forest troll from the hinterlands who likes to surprise elves by being fluent in Thalassian.
Right, and with introductions out of the way, I believe our topic of discussion for today is Horde heroes. Who does your character look up to? And also, if you can base your character on any hero, real life or otherwise, who would it be?
You say Horde heroes, but do you mean lore heroes? Or?
Yeah, sorry. Horde bias coming out there. I mean, Warcraft heroes. Warcraft heroes.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
In RP, of course, we can get away with a lot of stuff that the lore does not cover. As such, a long time ago, when I still RP'd as an urchin in Stormwind, we came up with, we were not the only one actually. Several people were talking about Captain Stormwind. It became a sort of urban legend thing. At one point, I started making art about Captain Stormwind, and I created a character, Lee Stan, who was the author of Captain Stormwind. As the years progressed, and as I started making Vivian and slid over to the Horde, Captain Stormwind was no longer mentioned in the canon surrounding me, at least. Until, at one point, I met up with Darius from the bookshop in the Pandaria Market, the No Lodge, and he mentioned Captain Azeroth. And I poked Darius and said, hey, I once came up with this great lore and art and everything about Captain Stormwind. How about Captain Stormwind evolved and grew into Captain Azeroth, and we can make this a thing again? Darius was instantly happy to do so, and we created the Captain Azeroth lore. We had art, we have a fan club, Vivian is the president, and Darius and I run it together. We sometimes have fan club days where people can come over and dress up as their favorite RP superheroes. Some of them we made up, but a lot of people come up with their own superheroes that they are dressed as. So it was really fun to see that. Nowadays Captain Azeroth is still very much alive because Darius still sells the comics at the No Lodge on the Pandaria Market on Tuesday. And we send out fan club mails, in-game mails to everybody in the fan club 4 times a year. And we are planning on doing another fan club day one of these days. We haven't exactly picked a date for it yet, but it's coming. Darius doesn't know it yet. Darius, we're having another fan club day.
I had no idea it was that extensive.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Maybe it should be like, like some games have like special days in the year dedicated to them. You could maybe do something like that for Captain Azeroth.
Yeah.
So what does Captain Azeroth do? What does Captain Azeroth do? What are his main powers and what have you done? I'm intrigued.
Captain Azeroth is, of course, really strong, and he can fly, and he's just a basic cliche superhero. He has a sidekick called Coggy Fizzleswitch, and she's a gnome, of course, and she is the brains of the outfit. So whenever the captain gets into trouble, Coggy rescues him. He has a couple of very interesting foes, such as Duchess Doom, who he has a love-hate relationship with,
Okay.
and the Space Cucumbers. The Space Cucumbers come and attack Azeroth a lot, because Captain Azeroth tells his fans to always eat your vegetables. And of course, the Space Cucumbers see that as a form of cannibalism or something like that, and they fly down to Azeroth and try to destroy the planet, try to destroy all the vegetarians. And we have Professor Nasty, who is very much based on Professor Dovenschmidt of the Perry the Platypus franchise, who keeps doing the most random stuff to try and take over the world. Like once he had this laser that would turn people into furniture. Those are just a few examples. There are plenty more. There's also the Bulk. The Bulk is like a purple orc. He's really strong, and sometimes he's on the side of the good guys, and sometimes his mind is corrupted and he's one of the bad guys. So you never know.
I wonder who he's based on.
I wonder.
Oh my gosh, we need an Azeroth Comic-Con now.
Yeah, we do.
Mm-hmm.
We need an
Well,
Azeroth
that's
Comic-Con.
basically what the fan club days are about. You can basically dress up as any character that would suit the Captain Azeroth.
That has to be an event. We had to make an event out of that, where people come dressed as their favourite superheroes.
Yeah.
Or heroes of whatever faction they represent. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And that can also be lore heroes then.
Mm-hmm. Lore heroes as well, yeah.
Somebody's a big fan of Jaina. Jaina Proudmoore. They can dress up as her.
Jada Proudsmith.
Would you say that the major lore characters, such as Jaina and Thrall and Bane, etc., that they would be considered superheroes to the inhabitants of Azeroth?
I would imagine they would, especially to the younger generation. When they hear stories about how the Horde, for instance, came over to Durotar because Goel freed them. I imagine it would spawn a lot of interest.
I mean, Jaina literally flew around a giant boat.
Yeah. I think, like, on, like, heroes and stuff, the only hero Xuyagu really would have is Zul'jin, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He'd dress up as Zul'jin, maybe, and...
Yeah, so technically for trolls, their superhero would be Zul'jin.
Depending on the troll, yeah. But as a forest troll, he would have to be Zul'jin.
Mm-hmm. Then, of course, there's the old Darkspear tribal leader.
You got Sen'jin, you got Vol'jin.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jin in troll means leader?
It can mean leader. Like, it's like, I think it must be like remembered, or there's a few different things for it, but it's usually associated with like tribal leaders. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At all. I if I remember rightly, means that you're devoted to something.
Yeah, Atoll can mean like devoted to. Yeah, like my character Xuyagu's Atoll Shadra is devoted to Shadra.
But what about the Sindori, Ella? Who would they look up to?
Well, they've got options.
Who would Ella look up to?
Well, definitely not Kael'thas. That's a no. It would probably, for elves, it would probably go back quite a while ago to Astarion.
Astarion, yeah.
Astarion Sunstrider. He is probably up there, as he was one of the oldest and greatest leaders for the elves.
Mm-hmm.
Or, of course, Lor'themar. Obviously.
Could also be like the other leaders, potentially like Aethys or Romath, yeah.
Can you imagine if Astarion was in WoW?
Liadrin as well, yeah.
Yeah, Liadrin.
Oh yeah, Liadrin would definitely be one. Sylvanas before she turned into a Banshee, I would have thought.
Well, given her history, they probably wouldn't look up to her, would they now?
Well, not for now, but the Windrunner sisters, I'd imagine they would be
Yeah. Or
of note.
the brother, yeah.
Hmm.
I guess it's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
I've seen several Forsaken role players that actually did follow the Banshee Sylvanas and agreed with everything she did. And so yeah, it's all a matter of perspective. Anyone can be a superhero, even the appointed baddie of the franchise,
Because some
depending who you ask.
yeah, some villains could be heroes to others, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm,
absolutely. For the orcs, they got quite a few. They got Baurg Southang, of course.
Mhm.
His brother Boxagar, who's the only one to actually harm a titan
yes.
with a wooden axe. I mean, come on.
Broxigar the Red, I think, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Who else have they got? They have obviously Thrall, or otherwise known as Goel.
Yeah.
Orgrim Doomhammer. The list goes on, really.
Yeah. Potentially you have like Black Hand, or depending on your
Black
it probably
Hand
depends on your clan, wouldn't it, really, who you
Yeah,
look
yeah.
up to.
I mean, Black Rocks didn't exactly have a choice. They were like, follow me or get crushed.
Yeah.
Because, Black Hand being a bit of a tyrant.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of downtrodden orcs would potentially look up to Kargath.
Oh yeah, definitely. Kargath. Kilrog as well, for essentially bringing his clan out of the darkness into the light, as it were.
Yeah.
And of course,
Could
Gormash. Gormash and the fact that he was famous for his iron will.
There we are.
Yeah.
I just got an idea
Mm-hmm.
as we were talking about this. I think maybe it would be fun to come up with something, a comic book series. I could ask Darius to sell it.
Oh, hell
called
yeah.
the Champions of Azeroth,
Mm-hmm.
and it is basically about us, the players, and
yeah.
about every single lore event that we've been through since the Warcraft franchise existed, and all of the amazing things we, the champions, have done.
Okay.
The
So,
so-called heroes of Azeroth, yeah.
Yes, the heroes of Azeroth,
So
the champions of Azeroth.
so basically, our role-playing stories told in a comic book.
Well, not our role-playing stories, our PvE stories, and yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
the player character, like their story is
Mhm.
like
Yes. Yes.
a thing.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. And of course, anyone who's listening to this, if you want to see such a comic book come out, feel free to let us know in the comments below.
I'd love that, because it'd be like, ah yes, as Ela Lightris, I have beat the Lich King 47 times.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
instead, of course, as your roleplay character, like my character, for example, my OOC name, my tag is Overhaul.
Yeah.
So I could say one of the champions of Azeroth is not Vivian, but Overhaul. And Overhaul is just a random anonymous Forsaken who's beaten the Lich King.
Yeah.
And like that.
Okay. So here's a question then. Out of the very, very many real life superheroes, which would your character be based on?
Oh gosh.
I don't know enough real life superheroes, I'll be honest.
I mean, Trolls
Vivian?
could easily qualify for Wolverine with that regeneration.
Vivian, probably something glum like the Crow.
Ah,
Because
good one.
she's Forsaken.
Good one. Or Spawn.
We had this topic suggestion by Emerald Red Fox, by the way, who says in her topic suggestion that she is secretly the WoW version of Batman.
I'm Batman.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Xuyagu, considering that he follows Shadra,
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Potentially, though I don't really see like Spider-Man's one of the few I do know. I don't generally see like how he is really aligning with what Spider-Man is.
No, but
But the concept of the spider connection, maybe.
I can see him calling up walls though. And,
Yeah, I mean, he does that sometimes.
well, there you are then. Spider-Man.
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 Yeah, man.
Spider-Man. Anyway,
Those were
before I start
the
singing again.
Spider-Man car.
Anti-Spider-Man? Is it the black and white one?
I believe
Venom?
so. That was Venom, wasn't it?
That was like I think there's like an old Spider-Man that's like not Venom, but black and white.
Oh, I think I know
What's
what
the-
you're talking about.
Oh, I think I've seen a picture of that, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Ella? What superhero would Ella choose?
I was thinking, is it Wonder Woman, the girl with the lasso?
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I can see that. Either that or Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, with the lights and all that, you know.
Woman.
What do you reckon about Grash? What would she be based on? I'm asking you, Thee, about this. So
Don't know.
The Hulk?
the whole.
She-Hulk. She-Hulk.
I mean, I can see that, but she's not green. That's the only thing.
Hell, the thing's
Well,
brown, so
That can be remedied. Just drink this potion.
Drink the demon Kool-Aid. No, I'm good. I'm good.
just don't overindulge, then you'll turn red.
Yeah, the Red Hulk. Yeah. I've always seen her more as Daredevil, but
Alright.
with her sight, of course. She's not blind.
I was about to ask, is Grashka Redcleaver blind?
No, she's not blind. No, not yet. Anyway.
Does she just have poor eyesight?
No.
Or
No.
what is it then?
Well, it's more to do with Daredevil's strength in his convictions. And I've always seen Grashka as someone who's very, very strong with what she believes in, and she speaks with conviction. So
Yeah, so it's more about the character
More about the
rather
character,
than the whole blind kick, yeah.
Mhm.
In Vivian's case, I did say Crow, of course, because that's her gloomy nature, but Vivian is also super hyper. Anyone who knows Vivian knows that the girl can't sit still. She keeps running around everywhere.
oh yes,
So I guess she would be this sort of weird Crow the Flash hybrid.
yeah,
Cool.
anti-Flash.
With the amount of events Vivian turns up to, I'm surprised she isn't the Flash.
Yeah, she might be. What would the IC name for the Flash be? Let's see.
In Vivianese or
Fish.
Well, yeah, Vivianese is just the flush.
The Flush. Okay.
The flush. Or probably like the zap or something.
Zap. Yeah.
Yeah,
That would definitely be Vivian. The Flash, but known as Zap instead of
the zap.
the Zap. Yeah. That'd be good.
I need to make this canon now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we came up with lots of ideas thanks to this talk. It's very nice, very nice.
Very
need
nice.
to
Yeah.
think of Spider-Man.
Yeah, man. Grashka, you did, however, accidentally let the word horde slip when you announced this, which makes me wonder, actually, if you guys are okay with me changing the topic a little. Last season, we spoke about Horde RP, and especially in the shout-out that there was too little of it, and we tried to inspire and incite people to make more neutral and more Horde events. Personally, I have noticed a difference, but what about you guys? Have you noticed anything?
Yes, I think I mentioned it last episode as well. That I have noticed a big difference. Maybe not in Horde events, but in neutral.
I have noticed, I think there's more neutral events. I mean, just more events in general. Like there are more like Horde events popping up as well, I think. Like especially troll things, I've noticed.
Ooh, yeah, wait, I'm
That
gonna
hadn't
give...
happening before.
This is an early shout out, but I have to because I messaged him yesterday to Jozu, who's been hosting so many events recently. Like, goddamn, calm down, brother.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Leave some for us, you know.
No, don't calm down. Keep going. We love you.
Keep going. Yes, we need more troll love, more Horde events.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What did we have? We had the Pakisa, which is every 2 months. Then we've had the Darkspear trials, which I think are still ongoing, possibly.
Yes.
If I may
That will
make
be
a
coming up on the
small
calendar.
pitch quickly, as well on the subject,
Mhm.
there's a public event that my clan is going to be hosting called the
Yes.
called the Calling of the Wolf. It's going to be on the last Friday of every month, and it's going to be held in the Southern Barrens. People
It will
be,
actually be mentioned in the calendar later
And that as
today
well,
as
yeah.
well.
and that as
Yes.
well. I was literally about to say that, Viv, but thank you.
Oh, sorry. I can't help
the
it. I'm
pit,
telepathic.
yeah.
I can read your mind.
Oh, it is scary how well you can do that, Viv, I must say. Jeez. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, Horde events. Neutral events I'm seeing a lot more of, but it would be nice to see more Horde-focused events. I think the main problem with Horde RP is the fact that Stormwind is quite a large city, but it's quite compact.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's less space to travel between where the RP is and when it isn't. Orgrimmar feels more spaced out, so you don't quite know what's going on most of the time. If that makes sense at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. More often than not, though, you do have to, from my experience at least, join a community or a guild to know where the RP is. So, if only we can find a way of, publicly advertising the fact that there's RP going on, I reckon there will be a lot more going.
I think I would quite like to do something for Horde in terms of events, maybe like twice a month or like every other month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just so there's more for the Horde to do for RP and events.
Okay.
I have been told there is some RP going on around Hillspread and Arathi these days, between sort of PvP-ish between Horde Alliance.
Oh yeah.
The truce has apparently been broken, and of course both sides are pointing at each other, and they will be at each other's throats again soon enough. So there might be some Horde RP to be found there as well in the near future.
Technically, the armistice hasn't been broken. It has been tested. If anything, it hasn't officially ended yet, but tensions are rising, and it's happening in the Arathi Highlands.
I need to simmer down.
There's those damn Arathi.
Yeah, somebody told me ideally though that the Alliance, but maybe they meant the Arathi, maybe they're both, have been killing innocent hordes, and that the Horde is going to retaliate.
I have heard that.
My
That
understanding
is, of course, what I heard ideally. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. Have you heard any rumors, you guys?
My understanding of that is the Arathi, the Stromguard Arathi, that is, I think. They went into the hinterlands or something, and Revan Tusk have been killed. And it's like a bloodbath there. And now it's sort of the Mag'har in the Arathi Highlands are getting involved as well, as they're part of the Horde.
Neither of them.
Personally, my character would not stand for forest trolls being slaughtered.
No, of course not.
Neither
of them
lore,
clearly know.
or is this RP?
RP.
I think it's blending.
Right now it's RP because they haven't released the patch yet for when this is meant to come out.
Right, okay, so that's not out yet. I thought it was.
Not officially, no.
No, it's like 0.7, something 0.7.
Okay.
I don't think either side is aware of the fact that there's supposed to be an armistice going on. I mean the Mag'har obviously are from Draenor, and they're obviously going to be more warlike in nature anyway. But the Arathi have been underground for this long period of time, so they're unlikely to know that there's an armistice.
I think, as I said, it's the Stromguard Arathi that are the ones that are doing it. not the Halofor Harathi.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. Okay. They're
So
trying to get
the
their home
boys,
back, aren't they?
the human boys in red.
Right.
And yet, icily, people from both sides are being drummed up to go there. Even Viv. She's already packing up her medic's kit and getting ready to heal people. The only problem with Viv is she's a filthy neutral. So she might end up patching people up from both sides and getting into trouble that way.
You know, that if anything, Viv, that would help. Ease tension on both sides.
Maybe.
Realistic too.
Realistic
medics
too, yeah.
Medics weren't always dedicated to one side. They healed whoever they found.
Exactly, and it got Vivian into trouble a couple of times, as you can imagine, because Vivian would literally rather die than to attack someone from Team Blue, or attack anyone for that matter. So once she was on the battlefield and she saw an Alliance soldier who was very hurt, so she landed nearby on Dormat, her chunky wyvern, and started patching him up. When all of a sudden, another soldier, Alliance soldier, came up and saw Vivian, the Forsaken, hovering over a wounded soldier. Of course, he assumed that she was the one who gave him those wounds. So Vivian tried to talk to him, but Vivian has a horrible speech defect. So he didn't understand what she was saying. All he could hear was some gurgling and wheezes. And that confirmed it to him that Vivian was some kind of creepy monster who was killing his teammate. So he grabbed his sword and started hacking into Vivian. And Vivian literally just sat there. She was just like, okay, I guess this is it. Well, I've had a nice run. Bye! And then a friend of hers actually flew in and quickly told the guy that Vivian was only trying to help. So instead of patching up the wounded soldier, Vivian was now the one who was wounded, and she got carried off the battlefield, which made some really nice art. I have a really nice picture of that. So something good came out of it.
It'll be interesting to see people's different reactions to what goes on. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to sign our clan up to this event. Because there are obviously some people that want to support the armistice and other people that don't for various reasons. So it'll definitely be interesting to see a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
It's very split because it's like recently, obviously, the biggest neutral hub has been destroyed, and then now they're bringing back, like, breaking the armistice. It's like, oh dear. This is going to go wrong very fast.
I mean, if you put two and two together, it's kind of obvious the reason behind all this, if you really think about it.
It's the void.
It's the girl who shows her feet all the time.
Xanatheth, yeah.
Xanatheth, the foot fetish.
Xalatos, yeah.
That's a good one.
As I mentioned with Xuyagu, he wants the peace. He wants the armistice because it makes just things easier. But also, like, if anybody is there drawing, like, forest troll blood, like, he is going to intervene. Because even though they're not his tribe, they are his people. So, and that's what he sort of values.
It is
very
interesting.
highly.
Yeah, of course. Tribes and family are obviously at the core of Grashka's mindset as well. Because now that she's older, she fights to defend people rather than for her own personal gain, like she used to when she was younger.
Where does she stand in the Alliance Horde conflict? I think
where's she stand in it?
Very much Horde and wouldn't mind killing a couple of Alliance now and then.
Well, she's definitely a Horde loyalist because she was raised in the Horde. She even fought for the War Chief directly as a Kor'kron at one point, which was the highest honour that she gained in her life. Apart from being a chieftain, of course. So she's very much a Horde loyalist, but nowadays, since circumstances for her have changed quite considerably, she wouldn't outrightly attack an alliance if she sees one, even though her training would tell her to, immediately attack and kill this intruder.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, she'll wait and see if they mean any harm first. And of course, if they do, then wholesale.
With Ela, I kind of see it as she's not willing to pull her sword onto either side unless she sees someone that she's friends with or someone she knows gets hurt.
Yeah.
Then she will turn her sword on whoever did the hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be Alliance or Horde, she will turn it on her own.
I think Xuyagu, he's sort of only part of the Horde really through the clan. Otherwise, he would have been unaligned. Not neutral, but unaligned.
Mm-hmm.
But he has preference towards the Horde over the Alliance because there are a lot more similarities and common grounds and values between him and the Horde.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where, in that conflict, if it was Alliance versus Horde strictly, he would be on the side of Horde.
Okay. Well, but we all know what Vivian's stance is, don't we?
Yeah, filthy neutral.
Filthy neutral, yeah. Oh dear. But in the coming days, I'll suspect it to be very interesting. And in terms of Horde events, there can never be enough Horde-centered events. It doesn't always have to be neutral.
Yeah.
There's plenty of opportunities out there. We just got to find ways of getting people involved.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas for Horde events you want to host, you can always put it in the comment, and maybe you can mention it in the next episode in the calendar or something.
Yeah, and
or a shout out.
Yeah, also if you guys want to come and meet the Iron Wolf clan, you're more than welcome to. We can discuss ways of helping the Hordes, ICD, and make events from that, if you prefer.
Yeah.
We camp in the Drenashar blockade just outside the Wargrimmar. Speaking of events, however, I believe it is now time for Vivian's calendar, if she's ready.
Yes, and I have a surprise for you guys.
Uh-oh.
I did not make this calendar alone this time.
Oh.
No. I made it together with our Ela Lightris here.
Ela.
Ela has the ambition to take over the calendar for the next season. So we're doing it together for now, so that Ela can be taught the ropes.
It's not because I don't like Viv's calendar. I love Viv's calendar. It's just he needs a break.
Yes, I do.
It's quite a lot of work, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah. So this time we made it together, which means we will also be hosting it together.
Nice.
It's just going to be chaos.
Yeah. One heads up though, I don't know if you noticed in the intro that I was talking a little bit funny. That's because I have a slight throat infection, and every now and then I get coughing fit. And I was just about to have a coughing fit when I mentioned Vivian's stolen horses, so it sounded a little bit strained. It is possible that this will happen in the middle of the calendar as well. I've got my water here. Are you ready, Ela?
Yeah. Go for it. I think the start bit's for you.
Okay, here we go. This is the calendar for Friday the 30th of May, going all the way to Friday the 6th of June. Any times mentioned in this calendar are always server time, also known as round time. Our sources are argentarchives.org, the ADEU RP server, link in the description below, and Ella Fraser took a peek at the forums for us. Now, remember folks, extra events get added in last minute sometimes, so it's always a good idea to check the above mentioned sources before making your RP plans for the night. Ella, the first one is for you, for Friday the 30th of May.
Right, starting off with Friday the 30th of May, we have the Trials of the Dark Spear, the last day of it, with the closing ceremony, and the wisdoms of Hyreek. So come along if you fancy a challenge or being battered by paintballs, as well as to witness the ending ceremony of the long week of epic trials. This will be in Foralis, 8 p.m, Horde only.
Meanwhile, on Alliance side in Astronar Ashenvale, the spring revelries have been going on all week. And on Friday the 30th, there will be guided dances. Akrona and Bratas will be in Ashenvale that day to teach the visitors of the spring revelries a guided dance. They have 2 requests. Please bring a transmog fan item with you, and also if you are able to get the convergent prism toy, that would be great. The Spring Revelries guided dances are in Astronar Ashenvale at 8 p.m. Alliance only this Friday.
Also on the same day for Alliance, the Shady Brawl Night will be on again. Come around for the 8th ever Brawl Night within Stormwind City, inside the Shady Lady. Watch for a good fight, have a drink, and place your bets. Check out their AA page for more info. This will be the Shady Lady, Stormwind, 8 p.m. Alliance.
The Assembly of Dusk is a monthly recurring gathering for any characters with interest in the Void. Yes, it means that if you're not a Shadow Priest, but your concept or interest is tied to the Void, you too are most welcome to attend. For more information, please check out their argentarchives.org page. The Assembly of Dusk can be found in Lower City Shathrath Outlands, 8 p.m, and it is neutral.
And here it is, the Calling of the Wolf on Friday. Our one and only Graska Redcleaver will be hosting this event. It's a brawling tournament where Hordies will fight with no armor, no weapons, until only one comes out on top, all in the honor and spirit of Lagosh. Check out Graska's AA page, or join the podcast Discord to ask them yourself. This will be in Vendetta Point, Southern Barrens, at 7 p.m. Horde.
The TK Studios, their shop will be open this Friday. It will be on the outskirts of the trade district near the bridge leading to the cathedral. It's called the Canal Tailor and Fit Shop in Stormwind City. They'll be open from 8 p.m. onwards, Alliance only, and you get a discount if you bring Alex a lettuce. You heard that right, a lettuce.
There are also a couple of bars open, starting off with the Groggery in Borealis at 8 p.m. Alliance.
And Little Pandaria will be open as well. You can find them in the Golden Cake this time in Stormwind, also from 8 p.m. onward, Alliance only.
The Blue Recruits in the Mage Quarter, Stormwind at 8 p.m. Alliance.
And the Crescent Whisper will be open in Stillwater Pond, Eversong Woods, 8 p.m. Onward, Horde only. So yes, we have a Horde one as well. Well, that was only the Friday. There's so much to do on Friday, isn't there?
Yes. Now moving on to Saturday, 31st of May.
Mm-hmm.
There's Pandaria Tavern Nights. Grab your tongues potions and hop over to Pandaria to visit one of the gatherings of the Pandaren community. Social RP, games, and drinking. This will be in Binnen Village, Kunle, at 8 p.m. For Pandaren of both factions.
Campsite Stories. Here's a quote from their Argent Archives page. They say, "This event is for those who are looking for a night of telling a story. Everyone is welcome to join, whether it's just to listen or if you want to tell a story. The Campsite Stories can be found in the Cape of Stranglethorn, and there's a little map of the exact location on their Argent Archives page. They start from at 8 p.m. onwards, and everybody's welcome. It's neutral."
The Shady Lady will also be hosting another event on this Saturday, the Shady Runway. The night after brawling has calmed, the Shady Lady will be hosting a fashion contest. Sign-ups for it will start at 8 p.m. server time, with the contest beginning at 9 p.m. Make sure to check out their AA page for more details on how to sign up and what the themes will be. This will be 8 p.m. for Alliance only.
And the Tides of Starlight Seaside Stargazing is up. Join the Elves of Eversong Woods into a night of stargazing, where you can enter the Catch the Falling Star competition, draw your own constellation, and whisper your wishes into the glowing blossoms. There's a lot of detailed info on their AA page. Check it out before going there, or just go and be surprised. The Tides of Starlight Seaside Stargazing can be found on the eastern beach of Eversong near Duskwither Village. 8 p.m. onwards, Horde only.
And another event, the Nature Assembly, quoted from their forum post, greeting friends of the wild. Join us for the second Nature Assembly and the second evening of exploring the wild gods of Azeroth. Discover the lore, significance, and influence of these powerful entities on Azeroth's balance and its denizens. This will be hosted in Moonglade at 7:30 p.m. for Druids/Neutral.
There are a couple of bars open as well on Saturday. The Diamond Lounge will be open in Hovel Hill Undermine from 8 p.m. onwards, Neutral. And if you find yourself sharded, please join the Undermine server. Link is in the description below. Join the in-game community and give them a nudge to invite you to the RP shard. Or if you know anyone who works there, just send them a whisper and they will pull you right in.
The Blue Recluse will also be open this night with the Maid Quarter Stormwind 8 p.m. Alliance.
Yes, that was the Saturday. We are now moving on into the next month. Sunday, the 1st of June. Do you enjoy the dull thud of boots hitting sand and dust? Do you find peace in the smell of a sun-baked city? Would you like to meet some charming orcs and lovely trolls? Look no further than the Orgrimmar Market Night, coming to you from the Drag in Orgrimmar, from 8 p.m. onwards, Horde only.
Or if you fancy sticking with the Alliance, the Stormwind Market will also be on. Once again, back down in the harbour, come along and visit all your different vendors that are set up down there. 8 p.m. Alliance.
There is a druidic lecture coming. Let me try that again. Druidic lecture coming on. It's called The Winds of the Hinterlands. Naeus of the Talon invites all who would learn to gather and learn the winds of the hinterlands. The differences between druidic and shamanic wind manipulation will be discussed, a task will be given, and who knows? Your druid might learn something new, and if not, it's good practice. The druidic lecture can be found in Saradane or Saradane? I don't know. You tell me. It's in the hinterlands anyway, 8 p.m. onwards, Neutral.
So this moves us on to Monday the 2nd of June, where the Gilneas Market will be on, or the Gilneas Market is back in the streets again. Come along and make your purchases in the wet Worgen streets and have a good time. Be 8 p.m. Realm time in the Merchant Square in Gilneas City, Alliance only.
The Doonchester Mobile Tavern travels around these days in a true Vulpera manner, but it is not yet clear where they will show up this Monday. So, if you would like to visit them, please check out the argentarchives.org website for their latest location info, from 8 p.m. onwards.
Moving on to Tuesday the 3rd of June. There's only one event this day, and it's the greatest one. It's Market Day. Both in Duskwood and the Jade Forest Pandaria, both markets will be open from 8 p.m. onwards, so come and pay your favourite stalls a visit and meet up with your friends. If you find yourself empty inside Dawn's Blossom, it is possible you got sharded. You may need to send a whisper to someone you know to get an invite into the RP shard.
And if you guys can't find anyone and you don't know who to whisper, feel free to poke me. Wednesday, the 4th of June. This is not confirmed, but very likely. Actually, I did confirm this. I sent him a message. This Wednesday, the Curious Octopus will be open in Marinas Roboralis. This is where new RPers can learn how to RP and how add-ons work. Experienced RPers are always welcome to help teach our babies. And when they are there, they are open around 8 p.m. Alliance only.
There's also a couple of bars hosted on that day. We've got the Wandering Lamppost in Booty Bay at 8 p.m. Alliance.
And the Storm Maidens Inn in Kew Harbour Tavern, Gilneas, also 8 p.m. Alliance.
Moving on to Thursday, the 5th of June. On this day, there'll be the Storm Glen cooking lesson for the second time. Fancy improving your cooking skills? Come along to the Rose Inn in Gilneas and refine your arts of modern cooking. This will be at 8 p.m. server time in Storm Glen Inn, Gilneas, Alliance.
We have a couple of bars open on Thursday. In fact, you could say Thursday is bar night. There's just so many of them. The first one being the Moonlit Bar. They should be in Boulder Springs from 8 p.m. onwards, and it's neutral. Everybody's welcome.
There's Little Pandaria in the Broken Kill Tavern in Ratchet at 8 p.m. neutral.
The Diamond Lounge will be open in Hovel Hill Undermine, and like I told you guys before, if you can't find anyone there, please whisper somebody who happens to be there, or join the Undermine server so you can join the in-game community.
There's the Falcon's Rest in Falcon Square Inn in Eversong Woods, 8 p.m. Horde.
The Scarlet Raven Witch Hour in Darkshire Duskwood from 10 p.m. onwards. You get a free drink if you dress up according to the monthly theme, and the theme for June is Midsummer.
The Blue Recluse is also open back in Stormwind, 8 p.m. Alliance.
And the Rose Inn in Stormglen in Gilneas, 8 p.m. onwards, also Alliance.
That really is bar night.
Yes, it really is. And sometimes the Telegraph's Rift Bar is also open on Thursdays, so that, the list just keeps growing, really.
Moving on to our final day of the calendar, Friday the 6th of June. Starting off with the Sylvian Symposium. Quoted from their AA page, a reoccurring faction-neutral event where players can host or attend in-character lessons, lectures, and demonstrations on lore, magic, crafts, religion, and more. This will be at 8 p.m. Realm Time, near the shores, in the middle of the region, this region being the hinterlands. Neutral.
And beware, if you come to this event, it is likely you will be confronted by a very hyperactive Forsaken. I'm talking about the Shredding Accordingly Summer Shredding Accordingly Summer Ship Slam Part 3. And Vivian will be constantly running around, shooting fireworks, blowing bubbles. This is her favorite band, and they will be rocking your socks off at the Tiragar Sound OOC location. Ideally, it is in the coast of Stranglethorn. 8 p.m. server time, neutral.
And that's it. We want to give a little end note. If you want to know what's going on after this calendar ends before our next podcast, keep an eye on the different sources we mentioned with AD, EU, Discord, Argent Archives, and the forums.
And a very good calendar it was.
Yes. Yes,
Very
it
well
was.
done.
I'm really impressed. Well done, Ella.
Well done. The worthy successor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and
I don't think I have to worry for next season.
I don't think
It's
we
going to
do.
be okay.
Yeah.
Question about the socks being knocked off. What if you don't wear socks?
Then they shall tickle your pickle.
Ah, I see.
Okay. Moving on quick. Speaking of, I can't believe I said that. Shall we move on to
I was about to
RP?
say, speaking of pickles.
I kind of was, because we should move on to RP funny moments now. And if I may, I would like to start with one that's might be scary, shall we say. It came from one of our latest events, the Iron Wolf Clan, it is. We were dressed as pirates, and we were invading this pirate settlement to retrieve someone who was held captive there. And I happened by two of my clansmen as we were going through this battlefield, and clearly one of them misunderstood what was being said. I will leave it to you to determine what was heard from this person that caused them to say this, but it went something like this. First person, can I have a head, boss? Second person, do such things in a brothel, sailor. And I'll leave it to you to determine what he thought was said.
Well, yeah, maybe he just wanted his pickle tickled.
Maybe.
Swiftly moving on.
Swiftly moving on, yes.
I saw Musa say the other day. Musa said, "Breaking the ice. Hear that song by Tyler Swift. Now we've got black blood." And that was, of course, Taylor Swift. Bad blood. It was one of those Wowie-fied song titles, and I thought,
yeah.
I'm
Very
going to
good.
capture this one.
That's clever.
Yeah, in other funny news, Vivian told Ulfi about her pet worm the other day. She has a pet worm called Miranda. And Ulfi took it to heart and made a pet worm gem, a collectible gem, in the shape of pet worm Miranda stuffing her face with chocolate. So the other day at the market, Ulfi was selling this, and Vivian was just running around with a little box showing everybody Miranda the earthworm, who apparently it was her birthday, and she was wearing a tiny, tiny party hat.
Oh
That's
my
what
god.
the birthday thing was about.
Yeah,
That's
and
adorable.
I do believe several gem worms were sold because of this.
We're going to need fan art now of Vivian and Miranda the Earthworm with a little party hat on.
Yes, yes, we do.
I had Ela buy a little Rupug.
Ah.
Oh yeah, of course, and one of the little Rupug too.
Yeah, with a little strip of bacon in Rupag's mouth.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Which, by the way, is deadly. For those of you who don't know Rupug yet, it is a pug, and if you feed her bacon, she will explode in gas attacks.
Yeah, this little innocent pug turns into a mini Chernobyl every time she eats bacon.
I don't know about innocent pug.
Well,
actually a bioweapon.
she's a four-legged bioweapon, yeah.
Now, Viv doesn't mind, of course, Vivian being one of Rupug's owners, because Viv can't smell anymore. She's on account of being dead. But Kari can, and Roger can, so they suffer quite a lot when Rue's been nibbling on the bacon.
Oh no. I can relate to this in real life as well, because my dogs... excuse me. Because my dogs got hold of bacon once, and I have 5 dogs. So imagine 5 pugs in one house.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
There's still a crater there, isn't there?
Oh, yes.
Have you rebuilt yet?
No, we haven't rebuilt yet. We're still trying to get the place exercised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long process.
Yeah.
Now, I believe we have quite a few shout-outs to get through as well.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do?
Oh, yes, we do. We do indeed. So let's swiftly move on from farts to shout-outs.
Yes. Shall I start with the first one?
Please do.
Yeah, we've each got one.
Yep.
Well, I've got a shout-out from... from me, actually. I would like to give a shout-out to Jack Silver and his custom-made trading card game. He's created a large collection of collectible cards of roleplayers, and the collection is steadily growing. You can purchase packets of cards from Jack, and the RNG will decide which cards you got. You can keep them in a file, if you so wish, and try to find the people on the cards to get them signed. You will often find these people in the weekly Dawn's Blossom markets on Tuesdays, and Jack is quite often there too, selling his cards. I think it's a lovely initiative and very well thought out, and with Viv being on one of the cards as well, I can tell you it's quite funny when random people walk over to me and ask for her signature. If you'd like a card made of your character, or if you want to buy a packet and hunt down the people in it, visit Jack at the Jade's Forest Market on most Tuesdays.
Might have to do that.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, he put so much work into those.
It's
So
the
much
Agu
work. You can have a Xuyagu card.
I might put Grashka forward for a card as well. Cause,
Yeah, that would be so much fun.
okay then.
One of my
Random people
old
will-
Daisy has a card.
Have you have a card, Ella? Or Daisy does?
Daisy does, my TK alt.
Has she been approached for signatures yet?
Not yet.
Viv has twice.
Okay. We have a shout out here from the Queen of Fashion herself, Kari. Kari would like to do a shout out to all of TK Studios, most of all the assistants, who make sure every customer gets treated with care and attention. Thank you all, and a special shout out to Ellen for keeping things running. She'd also like to let Jarmy of the ADEU RP server know that she's amazing and that her hard work hasn't gone unnoticed. She does a lot of work for the RP community, and we should not take it for granted.
Yeah. And she is correct. Thank you, Ellen.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
yeah.
Jeremy. You
Yes.
two are gems.
Also, there's another shout out from Yasmin, who would like to give a shout out to Vivian Sam, the Blackwater Company. She says, they do so much for me when I'm not able to attend opening the inn and bits. She also then has shared a heart emoji, so lots of love going out to Vivian Sam.
I wonder if it's Vivi, or Vivi.
Yes. I
My
wonder.
voice sounds interesting.
Well, anyway, you know who you are, young lady. So shout outs to you. You're awesome. And so is Sam.
And the last shout out is a message from Ella Fraser of the Dove, who attend and put up market stalls in her Stormwind market. She says, I'd love to just do a shout out to all stall holders who participate in the Stormwind market and have been having a great success being there. Even if things started out a little rocky, we didn't really know what we were doing ourselves. So it's thanks to them and that it has been so amazing over the past few months. And if anyone still wants to sign up, there are still free spots in the Stormwind market to take up.
Yay!
One thing
The
people have got
Stormwind
to
market has really grown.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. One thing people need to understand is that if you're going to do a community event, no one knows what they're doing on the first day. So don't let it deter you from doing it. It can be quite
That
fun.
applies to every event. No one knows what they're doing the first time they do it.
Oh no one knows what they're doing first off, but you'll be happy to have done it.
Yeah.
Ella Fraser's done a good job there.
Yep, she certainly has.
Well, that's the thing about people like Ella and Yasmin and Kari. They just do. You never know how many people will show up. It could be one great big fiasco. You never know in advance. But they take that risk and just go for it.
Mm-hmm. As I said, you'll be happy knowing that you've provided RP for people, and it's very rewarding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once I got discouraged because very few people were going to show up at my event, so it would seem. And Kari bounced my own words back at me. I told her once, it doesn't matter if you have 40 plus people or 5. What you do matters to those 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
You made sure those 5 people had a great night instead of just staring at their screen wondering what to do.
Yep, absolutely.
So yeah, whenever you feel discouraged, remember that. And who knows, next time they might bring a friend and your attendees might double.
Absolutely. Word will spread and your crowd will grow. So, from one inspirational quote to a Baurg quote, I'd say. Hey.
Not so inspirational, but a quote.
Nice.
Yeah.
Master segue, there we go.
Yes. Yeah, that was brilliant.
Thank you. This, again, from our beloved Baurg Warm Wolf, our peon overseer, who absolutely loves ice cream. It's his favourite treat. Right, Baurg was having a conversation with Resha Orsong, our Farseer, and he says, Baurg, ice cream fuels Baurg. Resha, what flavour have you got, Baurg? Baurg, ice cream. Resha, of course, how silly of me.
Yeah.
Ice cream
There's
flavored ice cream.
There's our Baurg.
That's our Baurg,
Well,
absolutely.
He's not wrong. I mean,
No, it's not wrong, no.
ice cream is always ice cream flavored.
Absolutely, so he's not wrong. Baurg, please stay as you are.
Never change.
Never change.
There are other ice cream flavoured things that aren't ice cream, so
Yeah, try saying that to Baurg, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. We'll expand his possibilities.
Oh my god, can you imagine? There be more?
You guys, before we close up, I would like to give a little bit of attention to our next podcast. this is where you guys come in, the listeners.
Ah, yes.
If all goes well and as planned, the next podcast should be on the 11th of June. Put this in your calendars because you, the listener, are invited to join us in the live lounge. And if you want to, you can come up and have a word with us. You can ask your questions. You can insert your comments live. You can tell us about your favorite flavored ice cream. Come and join us in our server. You can find the information in the description below.
Yeah.
And slide into the live lounge, the voice chat room, on the 11th of June around 8 o'clock.
Or you could tell us your character's favorite hero, who they look up to,
Absolutely.
or who they would be as a superhero.
We had a bunch of really awesome guests this past season, so maybe some of them will be here as well. You can ask them things, or you can tell them how awesome their episodes were. We were going to talk about some of them today, but we got distracted through other topics, so maybe we can mention them next time.
I'm sure at least one of them will be there.
Huge surprise, I know, that we got distracted by something.
And Kari might come from the basement.
Yeah, we'll release her for her day out of the basement. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Gisego will leave the basement as well and join us there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a joke, by the way.
Yes, it is a joke.
Just for context.
Yep.
Just
Please
for
don't
context,
call the cops.
Just for context, YouTube, we are definitely not kidnappers, alright?
We're not.
Yes.
Let me go make sure the soundproofing's still there.
Yeah, please do, Ella. Anyway, can you check the lock on the door as well while you're there?
Bad jokes.
Don't mention the lock. Don't mention the lock.
Sorry. Disregard that.
You never know with AI these days. They might discover us and send the FBI to our doors.
Anyway, with that being said, anything else needs to be added? Anything else?
Do believe that's it.
That's
Right, guys?
I do believe that's it as well. In which case then, if there's anything else that needs to be said?
Just that we love you all, and
yes.
I really hope that you will consider visiting us on the 11th and joining our episode.
Yeah,
we had so much fun last time. I would love to.
Yeah. Last time was so much fun. We had a Moonkin on, and we had Resha apologise to a Moonkin live.
I sent him a message, by the way, inviting him, so who knows?
Who knows? The Moonkin activist might be back.
Who knows?
Oh, get out, Zoo.
His name is Monkshood.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, I believe it's now time to bring this episode to an end. Thank you very much, as always, for listening. All the relevant information that you need will be in the description below, as well as a link to our Discord server. You are all very welcome to join us and get involved, post a shout out, topic for us to discuss, whichever you want.
Or funny moment.
Or funny moment, especially. Funny moment, especially. Yeah, exactly.
What was that, Ella?
Sorry, Ella.
Just come bug us.
Yes, come bug us.
Yeah, or just come and chat with us. You're very welcome either way.
You get a free pair of socks.
We do?
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I'm missing my sock supply.
They're IC socks, but they're still socks.
Are they the socks that got knocked off at the concert?
Exactly.
There we are.
Just in case of people that don't want their pickle tickle, they can wear the socks instead.
Why is it you own pickles today?
I don't know. Maybe it's because of the space cucumbers that were mentioned earlier.
Oh, right, the space cucumbers and their the space cucumbers and their workers, the pickles.
Yes. They're calling back all sorts of things.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna call it here. Thank you once again for listening to us, and we'll see you hopefully on the 11th during our live recording.
Yes.
Yeah, in the
Bye, guys.
season finale.
Season finale.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.